You're listening to the Flip Houses Like a Girl podcast, where we educate, empower, and celebrate everyday women who are facing their fears, juggling family and business, embracing their awesomeness, and wholeheartedly chasing their dream of flipping houses. Each episode delivers honest to goodness tools, tips, and strategies you can implement today to get closer to your first or next successful house flip. Here's your spiky-haired, breakfast taco-loving host, house flipping coach, Debbie DeBeery.
Hey there. How's it going? I am really excited to share this conversation with you. I know I say that all the time, but I really am excited all the time to share these conversations because I know that they inspire people. And I love the courage of these women, everyday women, right? They're not claiming to be experts. They're not claiming anything. They're just regular, everyday women coming on here and sharing their stories. These are stories of our Flip Sisters, the women in our coaching program and community who have flipped their first house or flipped their ninth house. All right. This story is about Carmen and her first flip, which really she's got three, but it's about mainly her first flip. She and her husband are foreign nationals. So if people have these preconceived notions of, oh, I can't do this because, right? And they've got a list of reasons. There are reasons why it would never work for them. I love Carmen because she just shatters all of those. She doesn't let anything get in her way. They were determined to do something. They were determined to flip houses, and they did it. So they arrived from Mexico last August, 2021, and the next month they join our coaching program. And within a couple months after that, they are buying their first flip. They ended up raising over $150,000 of private capital from friends and family, all because they weren't scared to ask. That right there is what's holding most people back from getting where they want to go. They're scared to ask. Well, I don't want to look dumb. Well, I don't want people to judge me. Well, what if I fail? And then people are just going to think all these things. All of those stories we tell ourselves, we're just causing ourselves to suffer. They're not real. They're made up stories. The longer we take to get to the next failure or challenge or mistake or problem to solve, the longer it's going to take us to get to the end goal. So get to problems faster. Get to mistakes faster. Solve them, move on, and repeat. All right? Well, let's talk to Carmen because there's nothing holding this lady back. She is phenomenal. Cannot wait to share this with you. All right, let's just go. Okay, so let's just start with you introducing yourself, telling us a little bit about who you are, where you are, and a little bit of your background.
Okay, perfect. So I'm Carmen. I'm from Mexico City, but we used to live in Cuernavaca. That's a place nearby. And a couple of months ago, my husband and I decided that we didn't want to live there anymore. So we sold everything and came to San Antonio, Texas with our kids.
Wow. Did you have family there in San Antonio?
No.
You just randomly chose it?
Yeah, well, we knew a couple of friends that came here like years ago, and we just went like, well, we knew a couple of people, so let's just go there.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. When did y'all do that?
We arrived here in July.
Okay. Y'all leave, y'all come to San Antonio area, and You're like, okay, now what?
Yeah. Well, back in Mexico, my husband and I are both industrial designers, but I have always done the interior design, and he has always done the hard work. So we started working like that, and then we built a factory where we used to build like bathroom cabinets, kitchens, and everything made out of wood.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we knew a lot of interior design, furniture, and finishes.
Yeah.
When we came here, the factory wasn't going very well with COVID and everything.
Yes.
So, and we always wanted to flip.
Okay.
Back in Mexico, we flipped a couple of houses. One that we still have, that's a rental.
Nice.
But we knew everything here worked very differently.
Yeah.
Yeah, from the way the houses are built and everything. So we started like just finding information about flipping houses. And actually, my husband found your podcast.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it when I hear that. That's so fun.
And he showed it to me, and he was like, you need to listen to this. So I started listening to your podcast, and after a few, I Googled you and I found you. And I knew, because I was already a business owner, that I didn't want to do like the common mistakes. Mm-hmm. And if someone can teach me and show me how to do it, it would be way easier, and I could be like way better at my job. So
I agree. I like to hire people who know what they're doing and they can teach you how to do it, right? It's just, it saves money in the long run.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys joined in September of last year. And when did you buy your first flip?
In late, in the first days of November.
Wow. That's crazy. That's so fast. Okay. So November. Now, how did you find this one?
Okay. So since we arrived here, we got a real estate agent, but he scammed us, and we had like very bad experience with him.
Oh no.
Yeah. Well, he asked for money in advance, and he was very pushy for us buying properties, but the the numbers didn't look well.
Oh gosh.
And he just stopped answering his phone. And well, it was a great lesson for us.
Yeah.
But we felt really bad, and we didn't know how to find a house. So we actually went through your resources, and my husband was one morning like, I'm going to stay here all day, and I'm going to find us a house. And I was like, okay, good luck. So he went on Craigslist, and he got a few phones, and we made 2 appointments for the next day. So we met with 2 wholesalers, both which we are working now with.
That's amazing.
So one of them, it was from a big company. Yeah. And as we are not US citizens, it would be very hard to buy from him. So, and we didn't have any money at the time.
Right.
So the next wholesaler that we met, he was like really open, and he just shared with us his experience. And he was like, well, maybe I have a property for you guys. It's a small property. It's going to be like a fast flip. So I don't know if you want it, because you cannot see it from the inside, but I can give you the address. And he ran some numbers, and he gave us, it was $80,000 what we needed. And he was like, is that okay? And we didn't have any money. And we were like, yeah, that's okay. When do you need the money? And and he was like, well, I just need 5K like in the next few days. And then I'll let you know when I have the property and everything, you can pay the rest. And we are like, yeah, sure. Okay, don't worry. And we left there and we were like, what are we going to do? Because we had called some some hard money lenders, but we didn't have any of the requirements they need. So it was like, well, we do have bank accounts, but not from here, from Mexico. Yeah. And so that wasn't a choice for us. We didn't have any bank accounts here, so anything. Okay. So we just went and called everyone we knew and made a presentation of the project. And like you show in some of the modules, like how can they make profit out of lending money?
Right.
Yeah. So we got the money from friends and family.
That's amazing.
Many friends and family, because they were like, well, I have 2,000, I have 1,000, and we just got to the 80K one day before we have to give the money.
Oh my God, this is such a great story, Carmen. I had no idea. Oh yeah,
it was. We were really nervous, and because they are friends, we wanted this to work.
Yeah.
But we were confident that we could do it. So we just went all in.
That's that right there. Just knowing that you'll make it happen, knowing that you'll pull it off, right? That right there means you will. If we could just get everyone to believe, yes, they can.
Yeah, of course.
Oh man. Okay.
And just trust. Trust in yourself and that it's the right time.
Absolutely. Self-trust is so important. Okay, so you don't have any money.
No.
You have accounts in Mexico. The lenders are like, no. And you're like, yeah, we'll buy this house. And knowing that you will pull it off. Like, you're just like, yeah, sure. And so you make a presentation, you show all your friends and family, and a bunch of people buy in. They're like, yeah, I want to do this. Yeah, this is cool. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Okay, so you pull all the money together a day before closing and you close.
Yeah. And
okay. So you weren't able to go inside. Was it, I assume it's because people were living there.
Yeah.
Okay. So you weren't able to go inside. So you're kind of just like, did you have pictures of inside?
We had a couple of pictures, but the house was a mess. So the guys could not took so many pictures. They told us it's in very bad shape, but it's but the numbers just were correct. So we were bad in the worst case scenario.
Right.
Yeah. Maybe we'll learn, but we're not losing money. So we'll do it.
Okay. So you buy it for 80K.
Yeah.
Did you have some sort of repair estimate in mind?
Yeah, we did had, we thought like 65K.
Okay, that's pretty good. Like that's a lot.
Yeah, but we didn't have any money to the rehab.
Right. So we're back to, we don't have any more money. That's right. I forgot. Okay, so you had raised the 80K to buy it. Yeah. And so now you've got 65K that you need to rehab it. Where the heck did that come from?
Well, my husband, it's very handy. So he was, I'm going to work there and do everything on my own. But then he was like, no, we have to make this fast. So we need people. And I don't know working in this kind of property. So we need to get the money. So we were honest with the guy that sold us the property.
Yeah.
And we were like, well, I know, because he was very open and very friendly.
Yeah.
And we were like, well, you once told us that you lent money to people. So could you lend us some? And he was like, well, I do, but not this. I lend them for a property, not only for a rehab.
Oh, got it.
But he made an exception
Okay.
and lend us a couple of money. And the other part, we just used all our credit cards to buy all the materials.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you used credit cards to buy what you could, which is materials and stuff. Yep.
Yeah, materials. They see everyone who accepted credit cards.
Yep.
it went to the credit cards. Yeah.
Okay. So how much money did you borrow from the wholesaler?
It was, I think, 35K, and the other 35, it was on our credit cards.
Okay. This is amazing. I had no idea all this was happening. Okay. All right. So did the renovation end up being about 65?
Yeah, it did.
Okay.
Because some things were like, we were surprised that it didn't need any work, like the foundation.
Nice.
But we didn't think we are going to spend so much money on getting all the junk out.
It's expensive. Yeah.
Very expensive. Yeah.
Yeah. So did you guys have several big dumpsters that you filled?
Yeah, like 3 or 4. It was a small property, but it was just filled with very dirty things. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I remember.
Yeah, the smell was really bad.
I feel like I can still smell it.
Yeah. Really bad. Yeah. You went in and you steal the clothes. So we got to take a shower and just spray Lysol all over us. Yeah.
I totally know what you mean. Yep. Yeah. I've had some of those. Okay. So any major surprises?
Well, the flip went really well because we made it pretty quickly. Okay. It was like Christmas time. We started like in December 20.
Okay.
So by the first days of January, like the hard stuff was already done. We had to do the sewer, the plumbing, the electricity, all new. It didn't work at all.
Wow.
Yeah. That's why the smell was so bad also.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It was my horrible. Gosh.
Yeah.
And to think people were living in that, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And remember they left us with 10 dogs inside?
That's right. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But well, we called a dog pound and they took all of them. Okay. But we know because one of them, like 2 weeks ago, came back to the property and my husband saw it and he was like, well, maybe his owner is around here. He had a little plate with a number. Yeah. He called and it was adopted from the dog pound. So yeah, those guys had good luck and found family.
Good. I'm so glad. I had forgotten about that. I hate it when there are animals involved.
Yeah. They weren't very clean. So yeah.
Yeah.
They need some attention.
Oh, I totally forgot about that. Okay. So when did y'all bought it in November?
Yeah.
And then when did y'all list it for sale?
We got it in November that we like gave the 5K, but we paid it until December, like 15, 17.
Oh, so you didn't close on it until the end of December. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So when did you guys list it for sale?
The first week of February.
Yeah, y'all were so fast. I remember thinking, oh my gosh, that was so fast.
Like 6 weeks.
So did your husband get some help, hire some people to help?
Yeah, we knew a guy, a friend of ours, just works in constructions. He gave us a number and we called that guy and he helped and we just starting to know people around. And we actually, with many of them, are still working with.
Nice.
Yeah.
You know what I keep hearing is that y'all don't try to do it on your own. and you call people, right? You're not afraid to call people. You're not afraid to reach out. You're not afraid to ask. You're not afraid of those things. And that's the biggest thing we see is that people don't want to make phone calls. They don't want to ask for things. And it's like, you have to ask. If you didn't ask for money, you wouldn't have bought this house.
Yeah. So you
have to do it.
Have to ask.
Yes.
And these guys, sometimes they knew where to find the materials because Home Depot didn't have them in stock.
Right.
So, and they knew how to get them. So
right. Exactly.
They helped a lot.
Yes, totally. Okay.
Yeah.
So y'all listed it at the beginning of February.
Yeah.
And I was watching it. So I know it went under contract pretty fast.
Yeah. It went under contract like a week after.
Yeah. Okay.
We got a few options, but we chose one that was 2005, but cash.
205.
Yeah, 205 cash.
Uh-huh.
And the closing would be in 10 days because we needed to pay the credit cards and we needed money to leave. So we were in a hurry.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So
but then there's the problem. We did everything. We were going to sign like on Monday and it was a Thursday. And the real estate girl called us and she said like, oh, you have some papers here and there are fines because you didn't get the permits right.
Oh.
So we were like, what?
Oh,
we really didn't know what she was talking about. So we went crazy. We knew that was very bad.
Yeah.
We didn't know how bad is it and how long it would take now to close because we couldn't close on Monday.
Right. So
we told the buyers the situation and just asked for a couple of weeks to make everything right. Mm-hmm. So the good thing is that we did everything right and everything was on code and that worked.
Oh, nice.
The bad thing is that when the inspections happen, you have to open some walls and get pictures away. Yeah, it's a big issue. So we had to hire some new people to do it. So the inspections and everything were right. So we spent $10,000.
Oh man.
Yeah, just for that issue. Yeah, that was a very expensive learning.
Yeah. I had those at the beginning too.
Yeah, we just didn't know. But my husband just went to the city and asked and get all the information, and he just started calling people and saying like, what do I need to do?
Yep.
Do you know, have it happened to you? And many people helped us.
Yeah.
And well, he made everything right in about 3 weeks. And then we could close. Yeah.
With the same buyer?
Yeah, the same buyers.
Nice.
Yeah, they waited for us. Yeah.
That's nice. That's nice. Okay, so you ended up, it was initially $65,000 rehab, but it ended up being $75,000 because of the extra $10,000. All right. So you sold it for $205,000. So what was your profit?
Well, after all closing costs and the interest for the lenders and everything, we ended up with $30,000.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it could have been $40,000, but it's also very good.
$30,000, that's 15% of the sales price. Like that's a great margin. Oh my gosh. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. We were really happy.
That's like none of your own money.
None.
You borrowed all the money.
Yeah.
Like you aren't a US citizen. Like all of these things that people are like, oh, I can't do it because, well, Carmen just did it because of all those things. Like, yeah. So you sold that probably in February, maybe March.
Yeah, March.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, You've got 2 more projects you're working on
Yeah. Well, since we went to Mexico to do some paperwork,
now?
just to not to become U.S. citizens, but to get like the social security number and everything.
Yeah.
So when we got back, we were like, okay, well, we need another property because for me and my husband, it's our full-time job.
Yep.
So we needed to find something.
Sure.
And it went like a couple of weeks and it just didn't happen. And they hadn't paid us the property. So we didn't have any money. And we couldn't ask for more because it's not that easy.
Right.
Yeah.
You're like, okay,
Yeah.
I should probably wait until I get this money out.
Yeah. And as soon as we closed and we got the money, but it wasn't on our account yet. We received the mail from the wholesaler that we met like a few months ago. And it was like the price was perfect. And we went to see the house because we just saw the mail and called him. And he says like, okay, I'll see you there in 10 minutes. And I'm like, okay, but my house is like 25 minutes away. And he was like, just come now as fast as you can. So we went there. There were already a few people looking at it. And it was caught in a fire. So the whole roof was burnt.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah, but it was one story, so all the rooms and everything were okay. It just was on the roof.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I heard another guy that seemed to flip many houses. He said that, I always buy these burned houses. So this one is very easy because it just stayed on the roof. And I was like, okay, then we were very lucky. And we were there with our agent. And those guys weren't. So we had the first say,
the first chance. Yeah.
The first chance to buy it.
Yeah.
And we were like, okay, we need it. So, okay, we'll buy it. And we still didn't have money. But there was a guy that we knew that he told us like, well, I can invest whenever you find a property. So I called him and I was like, remember when you told me that you want to invest? Well, now's the time. I need $5,000 now. And he was like, oh, but it would take a couple hours. And I was like, no, I need it like in the few minutes. So I called another friend that's very nice. And we were like, okay, just lend us $5,000 and we'll pay it in the afternoon because we are receiving the payment for our first property. And he was like, well, okay, I trust you guys. I'll pay it.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And we won it. The other guy paid it 1 minute before us, but we won it because we were still in the property with our agent.
Oh yeah. Right. When you're with the wholesaler, they have a process, right? Like Yep.
So we won for the process. Yeah.
Nice. That's amazing. Okay.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah. You just make phone calls and make it happen. Hey, I need $5,000. I can get it to you in 2 hours. Nope, that's not going to work.
Yeah.
Hey, I need $5,000. I'll give it to you later when we close. Okay. You just do it. You're just doing it. You make it.
We didn't have any idea that wholesaling works that fast. We didn't know.
Yeah. Yep. It is right then. Right then you got to decide. Yep.
You don't have time.
That's amazing. Okay. So that's flip number 2. Did you guys close on that?
No, we're closing on the 15th with a partner that he's going to give us all the money and we're going to do all the work.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is this a friend of yours?
Not really.
Okay.
We met him through a flip sister.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
For her. And he was like, oh, well, he's going to be like a hard money lender, but without the paperwork because we don't have it. So we're going to just figure out another kind of contract.
Okay. Got it. Okay. So that one's April 15th.
Yeah.
Is there another one?
Yeah. So the second wholesaler, the one that sold us our first home, we did all the process through him. So
Oh, that's right.
yeah, when he paid us and we paid him back what he has lent us, we were like, okay, we need another property.
Yeah.
So he had talked to us about a few properties, but he didn't got them yet.
Mm-hmm.
So he invited us to his property. So we are partners in that flip.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, very nice.
So what is y'all's role?
Okay, so we're going to 50-50.
Okay, so he's the money and you're managing the project and doing everything. Yeah. Okay, yeah. And so that's what you're doing on both of these, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome.
We're waiting on property number 3, which we're going to pay with the money of our friends and family back in Mexico, because most of them didn't want their money back, because we were like, okay, now we can pay you. And they were like, oh no, I don't need it. So just keep it and keep working.
Nice.
And just keep giving us profit. And we were like, okay, then we need another property.
It really is, because your approach, right? A lot of these women are like begging people, right? They think they have to beg people to give them money. No, you don't. People want to invest. There's not a better return that you can get than investing in a real estate flip. There's just not.
Yeah. And
there's plenty of money out there.
Yeah. And for them, it's a very good business. And for us, it is too. So we figure out a way of telling them what's a flip, because it's not that popular in Mexico. Sure. And just to let them know how things work. So we used to send them like a weekly memo with a description and photographs before and afters and everything that people love.
Yes,
exactly. And so most of them were really like excited with the process and with the selling and everything. So they liked this kind of investment. Yes,
they do. So all of my private lenders, they love to watch the flip, but they don't want to do the flip, right? They just want to invest. They don't want anything to do with anything. They don't want to make decisions. They don't want to do anything. They just want to put their money in, see the transformation, and then do it again.
Yeah.
It really is that simple.
It really is that simple. And they love to be part of, but just liking Instagram, we try to put daily things and things that happen, and how you go to Home Depot and buy the materials and everything. That's the fun part, and they love it.
Yes. Yep. It lets them everybody wants to flip houses, but a lot of people don't want to be in charge of flipping the house. They just want to be part of it. Yes. Oh my gosh. I am so inspired after this phone call. Like I know for sure this story is so inspirational. Like you're definitely going to inspire people. Thank you for sharing it for so many reasons.
Well, thank you. We're really thankful for you, because you gave us the steps to do it. Yeah. And it's an amazing group. I really enjoy when I first knew the Flip Sisters, because one of them just posted we're meeting this Saturday, and I went okay, I'm going. And I have never been in a flip. It was my first time in a real flip, so I was very excited to do that. I took my kids and everything.
Yes.
And I was like, oh yeah, teach me everything. I asked all of the questions. They were really, really nice. We still keep in touch. Good. And I feel like I have a support there. So
yes, it's so important. It's so important. Oh my gosh, I love it. Was there anything I didn't ask that you wanted to talk about?
No, not really. I think
any parting words of wisdom?
Well, I'll say just trust in you. Trust that the time will come when everything feels right. Follow your gut, I'll say, because we didn't see the property, but it was yes, I like this one. And we've seen another one and we were like, no.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but no, I don't like this.
Yes.
So,
your gut.
also, don't be afraid to say no.
Yes. Like that's huge for women in general to have permission to say no.
Yeah. So when you don't like it or a price doesn't feel right or something, you just no. It's not.
Something will always come along. If you're taking action and you're out there doing the thing, you will always find a deal. The only way you don't is if you stop. That's the only way you don't.
Yeah. And we were really like upset when we didn't get like a fast property, but I think it's a business where you have to be patient, and when it is right, it just everything flows.
It's so funny because you got one pretty fast.
Yeah. Well, it's been forever, but it's not for us. It's not like forever, but yeah, it is fast.
It really was just a few weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. Oh my gosh. Well, thank you for sharing your story. Thank you for hanging out with me today. This is so inspiring. I am so excited to share this. I am.
Well, thank you for having me. For me, it's a pleasure. I always listen to podcasts, so it was like a dream come true to be in one. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
We're really excited about like the journey. We definitely are staying in San Antonio. We're definitely like moving forward with all the paperwork and everything.
Oh, good.
And we know we want to flip houses.
Yeah.
What I told you the first time that I talked to you is that I was sick of clients because I did remodelations, but for clients. So I love to work by myself, having the time by myself, having small kids. Yeah.
It's so important. How old are your kids?
3 and 6.
Okay. Yeah. That's such a fun age.
Yeah.
Those are both fun age. Like they're so young still. So and it goes so fast.
And they love to go to the houses and they're like, oh, they're so smelly. And they're learning a lot.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I think my son was finally like 9 when he finally got it. He was like, oh, I understand what you do now. And I'm like, buddy, we've been doing this for 9 years. Like you've been here for 9 years of it.
Yeah.
But he finally got it. He was like, before that, he's like, I don't really understand why we go to these houses. And like, I don't understand what's happening.
My son was like, why are you buying this? It's awful. And
right.
Yeah.
Exactly. I know. Right. That's why.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
It smells disgusting. It smells like money.
Yeah.
This is what money
smells perfect.
Like. Yeah. You're awesome, Carmen. I love your attitude. I love your spirit. I love that you guys just go do. Honestly, like it's awesome. It's super inspiring. Oh, thank you for sharing.
Thank you so much. It means a lot.
Thank you for being here. Thanks for being part of the community.
Thank you. We'll see you in the group.
Yeah. Thanks, Carmen.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
You too. Bye. So inspiring. Thank you, Carmen, for sharing that. I mean, really, I love it because she just doesn't let things get in her way. If you are still sitting on the sideline, you're not chasing this house flipping dream you have, or maybe you have flipped a house or two, but your processes are terrible, and so you don't really enjoy it. This should be fun. Like we're doing this because it's fun, right? We're able to make an impact, make a profit, have fun, have time freedom. It's really fantastic. But you've got to get out of your own way. You've got to put yourself out there. Just like Carmen does so easily, ask for help. All right? You're not supposed to know everything. You're not supposed to have all the answers. You have permission to not know all the answers. How freeing is that? All right. If you want help, we're here. We've got an amazing community. Of course, we provide all the step-by-step processes, everything you need, but we also hold your hand and walk alongside you while you do this thing, while you go implement. That's where people need support, is in the doing, because it's in the doing all the mindset stuff comes up. all our stories, all our issues come up. Go to herfirstflip.com, fill out the application, and then book a call. All right? Until next time, go out there, flip houses like a girl, leave people and places better than you find them, and keep chasing your curiosities.